Greetings, everybody. Hi, Harold here again. Trailhead name Galoot. This is my run group's crest of arms, let's say. Shoe in a mountain with a compass. Really fun run group. Glad to be part of a big running community here in North Carolina, Carborough area. It's a good way to keep yourself honest and motivated. So, honest and motivated, here we are at week 16, 5, 10, 15. Week 16's done. I have no brain cells left from last week. 60 miles was a lot. I just got done doing a light workout with my trainer. She adjusted some things so that it was a little lighter on the loading side and weight side of things. So it was good to get that physical mobility and motion in as a workout without hurting yourself. But last week was a lot. Start off with my physical therapist on Monday. We worked on the third axis of your pelvic floor. I wish it was a construction terminology that I could understand more, because we worked on the record player where you shift your pelvis up and down like this on your spine, and then you tilted like this, which is a very easy one to do. Everybody gets that. And then there's this one, where this one kind of stays and this one goes up off the center of your backbone. You just, right there in the center, it just goes up and rotates this way. And it stays in this plane, and your knee moves forward and your butt goes up. Your back doesn't get. That was so hard to get and so hard to work on. And I've just been doing that repeat. I try to get in 3 of those motion exercises every single day. It's not a strength thing. It's a neurological pathway, motion engaged activity. It's all that it does. It's just this repetitive, get these muscles at this time with this motion. And that's how you get more out of your line forward. And just within this week, even though I've been running a lot more and moving a lot more, and the muscles are more fatigued than normal, because, well, this isn't normal. It's done great. I can lay down, and normally when I'd lay down, my feet would be just like this. My right foot would be about 2 o'clock in a relaxed hip position. When I lay down now, I can get them straight up, and my right foot goes about like that. Basically it stays straight up with my hips being relaxed, which is years it hasn't done that. So more muscles. I did 3-mile repeats at mid-8s in the absolute pouring rain on Tuesday. It was just raining so hard you couldn't even think. It worked out fine. Felt really good afterwards. I've also started weighing myself, especially with this increased workload, to make sure that I'm hydrating properly, make sure that I'm replenishing my calories properly, and that I'm not dropping excessive weight. And so far, all of this week, I've been within a pound, plus or minus. First thing in the morning, nothing on, before you have coffee, anything, and I've been spot on. So I feel really good about that I've been doing good on that. That just proves I've been doing good on hydration and everything else, helping me out. The rest of the runs this week, I did 12 and a half on Saturday at reasonable pace. Had everything in my pack, 2 liters of water, 1 bottle up front, all the food. We were gone for 2 hours and then an hour and a half segment. And less than an hour and a half segment, the second one. But finished up and felt really good about it. You could tell it was getting wearing on me. I had whatever 38 and a half miles in, and was looking at 21 and a half the next day. Sunday, where I was going to do I did out at Eno State Park. It's the best place that we've got, very local, that has, 3/4 mile long hills at. And you can just go up, down, go somewhere else, go up and over, down, go to the third place, up, over, and down. Ran out with my real good friend, got started at 6 a.m., did the first 2 hours basically in the dark, because it's not really getting light out until, 7:10, 7:15. And that was good. I liked my headlamp. It's felt fine this whole time wearing it, these early mornings I've been out so far. Yeah, that worked out really good. Did a whole bunch of, just tried out foods at different times. I have this energy gel, it's called Carb. It's 50 grams of carbs and it's like 200 calories. It comes in this, gigantic pack like that. It seems like, and you rip the top off and you got to eat the whole thing. It's a lot to get in, I'll say that. And I'm like, okay, do this at the bottom of the climb, get that in the bottom of your gut right now, and let's go hit this climb. Like, say I screwed up in the race and put that in me at the wrong time. I want to know that it's going to do okay, or what do I need to do during my race if I do screw up and do that at the wrong time. Let's find out the outcome. So, training run, right? So I downed the whole thing and like, okay, let's go hike this. Like, let's keep this honest. And it's a good 3/4 of a long mile, decent gradient the entire way up, and kept my heart rate up, pushing right around 140. So it was a very honest, hard, powerful hike for 12 minutes, give or take 13 minutes of hiking, and it felt fine. The next 30 minutes felt fine after that. So that was a good test run. Other exciting news, Saturday, we had our first, there's 4 of us doing this race. One person's done, this will be his 5th 100. He finished 3, DNF'd 1, this will be his 5th 100. And he's only done them by himself, so he's never had a crew before. And another guy's never done 100 before and is used to doing long distance hiking. So he's hiked a whole bunch by himself and is used to doing like week-long mountain climbing excursions where they're up in the, on the side of a wall for 5 days straight kind of deal. And he's never had a crew before. So it was a fun, interesting get together with a mix of all of us who've, basically professional crew people. We've done, so many hundreds before, crewing people and pacing people and all these options. And, making arrangements with house, making arrangements with transportation, getting the Google Docs ready, and people taking charge of this, taking charge of that. What are we going to do here? What are we going to do there? Like, let's learn about everybody's eating and everything else. Do you have any allergies? Blah, 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 blah. So it was a good, hour and a half meeting outside of a coffee shop. Of basically all but 2 of the people who are going up in this whole group of, I think it's 15 strong, maybe a 16th, who are going to end up there supporting us four. So you'll see my crew out there. Some will be wearing this stuff. There's going to be a Sprinter van that'll say Balanced Movement Studio on it. Stop in, say hello. They all know me, would love to talk to you. You know, they're ultra folk. We'll be all out and around everywhere, all the time. Hopefully we'll all be somewhere together. That's the hope anyway. So, this coming week, that was pretty much it for last week. This coming week is the last big week. This is it. Then it's taper. That's where we're at in our life. For me anyway. That's where we're at. Wife and I leave Wednesday to go to Hanging Rock, which is a state park up near us. About an hour and 40-minute drive northwestish of us. And do a week's worth of training up there. And there's a lot of elevation and vertical that I can get up. And it's just going to be repeats up and over in these same things. One side of the mountain on Moore Mountain has 642 of the most beautiful laid in rock steps. It's just incredible. It's in, is it a mile and a quarter of mile and a half of vertical? It's got these 642 and you get little sections without it. Then you get like 4 or 5, and then sometimes there's like 8. And these are huge slabs of rock that they got in, you know, some are 6-7 foot wide and like 4 feet deep. Some of them they put, you know, stair width apart. Some are the whole rock and then another whole rock. So they're all weird gradients and beautiful piece of trail, but tons and tons of vertical next week. I'm hoping for a 75-mile week, and now a lot of that 75 miles is just strictly going to be hiking. Like, this is not the week I'm going to try to run everything. There's no more speed work, no more hill training. It's just get into mileage, feel terrible, take care of yourself, stretch, everything, repeat tomorrow. That's all that this next week's about. I got a couple rest days in there, and the rest is just going to be running, you know. I think my biggest, I have a 14 and a 24 this coming Saturday and Sunday. And the 24 on Sundays should have around, I think I should be able to sneak in 5,000 feet of vertical. I think that's what I remember I can get in on this one. And then next week's recap, for the end of the recap, I'm also going to do I'm just going to quickly get out all my gear and go, this is what gear I've got. This is what I'm using. And I'm not doing full reviews on all of this stuff. It's not going to be that. It's just, here's the things that work for me. Here's the things I'm using. You should have all of your gear laid out and done and what's available to you. This is just for me to like kind of remember, and like if anybody ever watches these videos and they're like, how do I do these things? If they get to that final week where I do my gear review, well, my gear list, not review, they can see it and go, okay, this is one person's way of what they do and how they work things out. So, you know, it's with hesitation I look forward to these weeks, but I feel really, really confident in the next week. I emailed the Ultra Pacer person last week, and they said they put our race up in the dashboard thing. I got an email back last Thursday. I think it was Wednesday or Thursday that they put the our race up in there as a dashboard. You can just go down the dashboard and go, oh, Rim the River. And it's got all the things. You don't have to download the GPX or anything. And on today on the Instagram feed for Rim to River Endurance, they just posted, here's the link to that Rim to River account. It's a fun thing to do, very simple to navigate around and everything. I did a 1.2 multiplier. I may go change it to a 1.3 multiplier for the pace differential in the end. But it works with the elevation change to give you your overall pace for the finish time. It does all these like algorithm checkouts stuff and gives you an idea of like, here's what could be kind of happening anywhere. You want to have that information, it's a good place to get it. I just like to have it in the back of my head at all times, like, okay, I'm not going too fast for this. I'm going at a better pace for this. Okay, this is what, this 5 mile section is going to should take me 35, 40 minutes longer because of X. It's what I like to have in my head at any rate. So a real quick word on the hurricane that came through the western part of our state. We were fine in our area. Hanging Rock was fine in its area. Mostly it's not until you get out towards past the other side of Statesville and the western edges of our county, it's hard to understand unless you live there and have folks who live out there. Luckily, all of my friends who are out there and a couple of my friends who own places out there, they're all actually safe and everybody was okay. A couple of the kids we know that went to Asheville, they've come home and they're safe, being taken care of. There's a huge community support going on this week to bring out goods, all of the essentials, 5-gallon buckets, everything is useful. Foods, whatever, it's all useful. I was planning on cleaning out my closet. I'm gonna go home and clean out my closet and send all of those clothes that I was just gonna donate locally, pack them up, clean them, pack them up, and send them off. Somebody up there is going to get use out of them and be happy with it. It's hard to understate how devastating this was to the western North Carolina. That place will not ever be the same in my lifetime. It may be it may be 2 generations before things look normal in some places. Like little town communities were not washed out, the houses not moved, scraped to the bedrock. Like there's literally nothing else but the bedrock now, where little communities were. Like everything's gone. And no one had warning that this was going to culminate to this. Everybody got like Thursday, hey, you need to quickly get together and like worry about this. We didn't get 3-4 days warning out of this for those people in these communities. And it's still hard to digest what's happened because people can't get out and communicate yet. We had a friend of ours who went up for a friend's weekend and got stuck for 3 days. They airlifted in water because they couldn't get out of the community that they were in because the road was gone. Like you couldn't get out. Luckily they're back home finally. So, if you have the ability to, the Red Cross, if you live outside of our area and love running in mountains and love the outdoors and love the community that we all get to enjoy and love, please reach out and support the American Red Cross. Reach out and support any other governmental agencies that are set up and designed to help. If you live within North Carolina, most of the sheriff's departments and larger communities are putting out a tremendous amount of relief effort right now. I'm really going to try to get out and give my support somehow when I'm in Taper. But in whatever that means, working locally to help out, maybe going up there for a couple of days, spending a tent, whatever, help do whatever, if that's what's needed. So yeah, give all those people every thought and hope that, they just need, because there's nothing there. Literally, there's nothing in most of Western North Carolina right now. Okay, on that life-changing, altering note, we got like 4 weeks, that's it. Let's go, let's enjoy ourselves, let's stay healthy. Much respect to everybody, be good, bye.